So now you've got already some profits from this layer over here, but you've got some backup from this layer over here as well. So if the trade goes into TP3 or somewhere into TP2, you have more profits to take. Hello ninjas, I hope that you're having a great Sunday. Today in this video I want to talk more about layering, which is a new kind of entry that I added in my trading plan, and also setting limits. I know that setting limits isn't something new for most of you, but layering, from what I heard from you inside my FXA worldwide group, is something extremely new, and you're not really sure about what you should do when I'm sending trading ideas together with my team. So today I'm going to explain you why I changed my approach of taking entries to this one, and also how you can follow the signals inside the group, because we send many signals and some of you don't know when to close them, how to open them, how to calculate the risk and whatsoever. So I want to explain today exactly what I'm doing and what you should do as well. So first of all, let's talk about how I used to take trades on my personal live account, and also how I used to send them in the group as well. So all of us that we are talking to you in the group are doing the same trades most of the times. Of course, if we want to trade separately, we do that too, but mostly I follow the trades inside the group as well. So the trades are on gold and also in US30, and usually they are buy now or sell now signals, something like that. We give this zone over here, the price moves fast into it, forms a wick, we have the stop loss, usually 20 pips, something like that, and the take profit. Sometimes we take partials as well, but most of the times it's one single take profit, which was copied inside the social trading tools as well. Well, for the ones that didn't use social trading tools, this entry, because you don't have the necessary time to take it exactly when we take it, would have been something like this. Sometimes brokers differ, you get some slippage, I don't know what's happening, but something happens and your entry isn't the same as ours. You get it really slow. For example, we go on 1 minute and we take the entry on 1 minute, and for some of you this is extremely fast to copy, right? Because maybe you don't even pay attention to the group. So the first issue with executing orders in the same time was the fact that you couldn't catch the same entry. Second, social trading tools gave errors that we couldn't really manage. It wasn't our fault. It was the idea that US30 is a pair that is really hard to copy on social trading tools, because prices differ on different brokers, contract sizes differ, and a lot of things differ. So for most of you, it was really hard to obtain good results. Sometimes we were in profit, but you weren't, even though you copied exactly the same trades. By the way, I'm gonna use layering and I'm gonna test it further on my AAA FX account. If you want a live brokerage account, you can go with them as well. They are pretty nice, they are regulated, up to 1 to 500 leverage and 100% bonus for the first deposit. You can find more information about them in the description box. From now on, I will live trade with them and I will show you exactly my results. Of course, when I'm trading alone, this type of entry is pretty cool for me, but again, if I'm sharing them, I don't want you to copy my partials, because maybe your account is in a different state than mine. For example, maybe I'm up 10% already on a funded account, and maybe you're in a drawdown and you want to get outside of a drawdown. For you, maybe a different partial point is needed, or I don't know, you should go with less risk than me because I'm already in profit and you aren't, or it can be reversed. Maybe my account is in a bad situation, so I risk less than you're supposed to risk if you're already in profit. So there are a lot of differences because not all accounts are the same. So because I got this problem, I went through the concept of layering. Not only because I share the trades with you, but I discovered that layering could be a really good thing for me and my accounts as well. Now, before discussing about layering, I want to discuss a little bit about setting limits as well, because I set limits from time to time too, but sometimes what happens is for the limit to not get triggered. So let's say that, for instance, you had your limit somewhere over here, or even lower, like 1 pip distance from the price, right? This thing happens a lot, and it happens a lot because you set a limit there, you aren't paying attention to the charts when it was happening. So it's really annoying to see that, to see your limit not getting triggered or something like that. It happens multiple times. It happened in the group too. You saw us like struggling because the limit didn't get hit because we got this kind of problem. When you set this kind of limits, there is another psychological problem, meaning the fear of missing out, which can lead to enlarging your stop loss too much or even taking it before the position going the right direction. So for example, let's say that you're afraid to lose this trade over here. You see the structure, you saw this long candle over here, and you think that this is it, right? You believe that the price will go in the favorable direction starting somewhere over here from the half of the imbalance area, instead of waiting for the price to go to the extreme. So the first problem with limits is the fact that 1, you can miss the order pretty easily, but 2, you can have FOMO as well and go somewhere like this and maybe use a stop loss that do not really covers the entire area that you're supposed to cover. This is a happy example because most probably you would go like this with the stop loss, but sometimes the candles are arranged in a certain way which do not allow you to set the stop loss properly, and it will get hit before going into the favorable direction. So instead of doing all of that, what's exactly layering? Layering is selecting a zone where you are going to take trades. So let's say that we have some interesting structure on the left, but you don't know exactly yet where the price is going to hit and reverse. So instead of taking the entries now and having FOMO or setting limits that are not touchable or having FOMO with limits again, you should take the whole area into consideration. It will be something like this. And now what are you going to do in this area? You're gonna start and layer it. You can use what's exactly a layer. A layer is a price point, for example, this price point over here or this price point over here, where you're gonna take multiple trades. For example, you're gonna take 5 trades inside this layer over here, somewhere around here, and 5 more trades over here. Or if you have enough time, you can even split it. You can add another layer here with, I don't know, 2 more trades. You can do some math and see exactly what works for your accounts. The stop loss won't be huge. However, it should cover both layers, the layer 1 and the layer 2, somewhere around here, right? So this thing solves a lot of problems. First of all, solves the fact that the price usually moves fast on gold, on US 30, especially if you're scalping on 1 minute. Do not look at the fact that I'm on 5 minutes right now. It can be any time frame. Usually it's 1 minute. So the price moves fast, right? So first of all, I need to make sure that I catch the entry. So instead of setting one limit somewhere around here in the middle for a proper risk management and whatsoever, first of all, I take some trades at the beginning of the area that I'm interested in. And then if the price goes further and I can take eventually a better entry, I will go with more layers over here with a better price point. However, imagine the fact that this price over here wasn't hit and you didn't have any limit over here, you had a limit somewhere in the middle. What would have happened is the fact that you would miss the trade, first of all. Second of all, you would have regrets because you wish that you could have a limit over here, but it's bad to have one single limit over here. It means that the risk to reward and what you're gonna gain from this trade only isn't really that much. And of course, you would regret that, right? If the price went like this. But in the same time, if you only had a limit over here, just one, and then the price hit this point from this zone over here that we were interested in, you will again regret the fact that you risked 1% only here, only for this limit, instead of splitting this zone and this zone in 2 separate areas in order to take multiple entries. You got this entry over here, which assures you that you got an entry and you're in the trade, and you got the second entry, which assures you that you're gonna make beautiful profits. You got the first entry, which is here, and the better entry over here. Now, because the price moves really, really fast, that's why we are doing layering. Instead of opening here a position with a bigger lot size, we open 5 positions with smaller lot sizes. So for example, if you had in the past one position with one specific lot size, but you have now 5 positions, instead of risking 1% here, you will risk 0.2% per each trade. Remember that you take 5 trades, so you split 1% into 5 positions, so it means 0.2% risk per each. You're gonna use a trading calculator to see exactly what 0.2% means based on whatever stop loss you have. This is for the first layer. If you wanna be accurate in the second layer, you can use the same risk for the second layer, or if you wanna be extremely accurate because the price went some pips up, you can calculate again for the next 5 positions that you took over here. So let's say that you will risk 0.2% for 5 positions here as well. So in total, in this entire layer, you're gonna risk only 1%, or maybe 0.5% if you wanna risk less. But let's say that all your 10 trades go to stop loss. You're only going to lose that 0.5% or 1%. However, what happens to the wins? Because this is the most important part. I want you to consider these trades inside the layers as partials, because you can close them pretty quick. You open them pretty quick and you close them pretty quick. By the way, MetaTrader 5 has a really nice feature. Let me show you if I can. So if you go to the chart and you go to the right, you had this magnet over here or something, and you press on it, and you press on buy or sell multiple times, multiple positions will open automatically. You don't have to be fast, like switching from one screen to another or whatever. It's so easy for you to do it. And now let's say that you've got multiple TPs. Let's say that you've got TP1, TP2, somewhere over here, and TP3. Let's say that this was TP3 because it's pretty huge, and TP2 somewhere over here. Now what are you going to do? If the market approaches TP1, it can be even over here, you're gonna close some partials, and I suggest you to close these partials over here from the second layer that got a better entry. So for example, let's say that you close 3 trades from this layer. You had 5, remember? You close only 3. Now you are secured. What you can do now for the rest of the trades here is to set them on break-even, or to let the initial stop loss based on what you're doing on your account. I'm not here to see exactly what you're doing on your account. You're not here to see mine. Maybe I'm trading on a brokerage, maybe I'm trading on a prop firm. Maybe I'm already in profit. Depending on what stage my own account is, that's how I'm gonna make the decision of taking some partials over here, setting the rest on break-even and whatsoever. You should create your own trading plan based on the results that you want to achieve on a specific account that you have. Now let's say that you set those first entries on break-even, and you want to close some of these positions as well. Of course, you can close some on TP1 too, but you can also wait for them for TP2. However, if you didn't close them at TP1, you can put them on break-even as well, if you consider that the price is gone and won't come back to retest. So now, you've got already some profits from this layer over here, but you've got some backup from this layer over here as well. So if the trade goes into TP3 or somewhere into TP2, you have more profits to take. If the trade comes back into break-even, cool, it's break-even, but from this entire trade, you already secured some profit. And why do I like layering instead of limits? Of course, you can just take one trade here and one trade here with a bigger lot size to be 0.5% here and 0.5% here. You would be in drawdown with the first position and you will get a better entry at the next one. Of course, you can do that. But for me, it's easier to just slide my positions and close them out automatically. Like, I know that they are partials. I know that from the start, when I took the entries, I already assured that those are my partials and I can close them while the trade goes in the right direction. Also, I believe that it's better for the stop loss as well, because sometimes you forget to take partials if you have one single entry. So now that you took some partials, and let's say that you didn't set break even, and 2 trades out of these 5 over here go to stop loss. The stop loss will be smaller. you will lose less because you already secured some profit out of that other partials. So you won't lose the 1% that you set in the beginning anymore. You will lose 0.2%, let's say, but you already win through these trades over here that went in profit. So you see, it's more malleable. Of course, you can use the limits as well if you don't like this way of layering, but here I explained you why I like it this much and why you should give it a try too. By the way, I'm gonna use layering and I'm gonna test it further on my AAAFX account. If you want a live brokerage account, you can go with them as well. They are pretty nice, they are regulated up to 1 to 500 leverage and 100% bonus for the first deposit. You can find more information about them in the description box. From now on, I will live trade with them and I will show you exactly my results. So guys, if you're interested in my journey and also you wanna join our Discord community, we have a free one but also a paid one. I will leave both of them in the description box. As you can see, in premium we have weekly signals on gold and also US30. We have a course included with a PDF file bonus, both for the beginners and also the advanced. Also, we offer you the profit instructions and customer support. So thank you for watching and see you every day in the group.